Three, two, one. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Questlog. It's a weekly show about video games, old and new. My name is Tyler Everett, and I'm joined by all kinds of people tonight. First of all, my good friend Brian Maxwell. How you doing, man?
Not bad, not bad.
Episode 59. Is that we got prime numbers in the house? We got. Is
Yeah,
it?
I think it is.
I think it is. It's also one where it all comes together because we have Kat Maxwell with us. How's it going?
Hello.
Welcome
Good.
back, Kat. Good to see
Thank you.
Returning triumphant once again, Luke Phillips. How you doing, man?
Triumphantly,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Nice. I am fantastic. Good to be here.
Glad to have you. And special guest, ripped straight from the Twitch chat, one Rob Young. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. How are you?
I am great. I'm glad you could join us because Rob, you play more games than anybody I think I know, and you're always very
saying
active in the
something for
chat.
Maxwell, sir.
And it's good to have you because there's been some stuff I wanted to chat with you about. So glad you could make it. Thanks for coming, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Arbor Day? Who wrote Arbor Day in my notes?
It's the best gaming holiday.
Time to celebrate.
Is that true? I think. Oh, Luke, I was trying to say. Okay, so I was going to propose. What is your
What?
best gaming memory, like, of holiday gaming? What was the best time you can remember having fun playing games during the holiday? You got one of those? Got a Christmas that was like really sweet for games?
Maybe back when I got my first computer and I got like Unreal Tournament or something.
That's
Like that was
pretty
pretty
good.
memorable, I
That's
guess.
pretty good.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Oh no. When I got my Super Nintendo, probably.
Super Nintendo's a memorable one.
Yeah.
I remember selling my my NES and a bunch of games at the local Funko Land in order to purchase my own Super Nintendo, which was a pretty big moment. But yeah, for me, it's the N64. I got that for Christmas one year along with Ocarina of Time. And it was very hard to pull me away to go to Grandma's house after that, because that's all I wanted to do after that. What about you guys, Maxwell's? You got any cool Christmas gaming memories?
Not Christmas, but I do remember getting Super Nintendo along with A Link to the Past for my birthday, which is shortly after Christmas. And this is when I'd kind of been away from gaming for a few years. So getting Super Mario World and A Link to the Past at the same time, that brought me back around.
Pretty good. That'll do it.
And my NES came with Legend of Zelda.
Nice.
Nice.
What about you, Rob? You got any cool gaming holiday memories?
The one that stands out would be I think when I was 15, I got the CD-ROM attachment for the TurboGrafx 16
Nice.
and Ys Book 1 and 2, and I played that for like 15 hours, like the day I got it.
Nice. Just binged
You
it.
said Ease?
Yep.
You said it was Ease 1 and 2?
Ys Book 1 and 2.
I've never played any of those.
It was really good. One of the best RPGs I've ever played,
Good stuff.
but it's old now.
Well, speaking of stuff that's not old and that is new, let's talk about the games we've been playing this week.
Segway.
Oh man! All right, so Brian, I'm gonna start off with you, bud.
Okay.
Yeah, why not? Right? Which one was it? Yeah, it was the Divinity. You know what? Let's just talk about Divinity, man, because we all played that.
Just gonna get this out of the way right now.
Let's start with Divinity Original Sin 2. Yeah, heck
Do I
yeah.
need to leave?
No, we can do spoiler
No,
free. There's
it's not a...
a spoilery kind
Spoilery
of thing.
thing.
But man, so last week, immediately after we stopped recording the show, I was like, I can't take it anymore. I'm just gonna play this game, and Brian and Luke joined me and tried to walk me through it, and I played about an hour or so of this game. And
You punched the first person you saw.
It was really good.
Look, okay.
Nice.
I put on my role playing pants. Okay, I put on my RP pants, and like my character, he's kind of a wild card, man. He's got a big old crazy beard, and he doesn't take no shit. And you put a collar around his neck, and he wakes up in a strange place. He's gonna lose his mind. Okay, you can't put a cage around me. So the first interaction is with some lady who's mocking me and telling me, "Oh, isn't it funny you can't use any of your spells?" Ha ha ha. And I was like, "Yeah, it's real funny." And pow, punched her right in the kisser. And I proceeded to do that until she stopped breathing, and then I took her stained pants and I put them on. And that's how you're supposed to play these games, right?
Wow.
That's one way to play.
Just to be clear, you've never played any of this kind of game before, and like no Baldur's Gate, no Icewind Dale, none of that stuff.
No, see, I thought I had. But thinking back about it, I guess I haven't really. No, nope. I've played a lot of turn-based RPGs. I've played a lot of action adventure / RPGs, but I've never played anything quite like this. So
Before Mike.
And man, I I had a lot of fun with it. I was pleasantly surprised by this game. You guys have been playing it a lot more than I. What have your thoughts been on it?
I'm loving it.
Yeah, it's
Me and Luke have been
fantastic.
playing it a lot this week. It's neat because we're seeing like different angles from the same story because we chose different characters to play.
What's going on up here? Like, what's this?
That's the turn order.
Oh,
At the
okay.
top of the screen, you
Gotcha.
see. Yep, it's turn-based. It's very much a D&D game. This is probably the closest to tabletop D&D that I've seen in video game form. It's
And not just in the mechanics of it, but like the whole presentation. There's a narrator that kind of sets up the story in between the character dialogue. It feels very much like a DM. Like he's he's setting up stuff, giving you little bits of like interstitial lore and whatever, and it's all
it's not just reading what's on the screen, which I like too.
yeah.
But it's single player?
It can be multiplayer,
It
but
can be.
yeah, we've all been playing it single player.
How
The
do you
narrator
do
adds so
multiplayer on
much
it?
to this game.
We haven't tried it yet, but I believe you can be playing, like doing separate things in the same game world, and you might run into each other, you might not. And there's also like a mode where you can have a DM who's running the game for the other players too.
That's what I was gonna say.
So
Can you do like a campaign through this?
Yeah.
it's my understanding that you can, yeah.
Yeah.
Rob, have you played this one?
Not this one. I played the first one for a little bit with a friend. That one we played co-op. He actually bought it. My friend actually bought it for me, and we played it the one night. We played it for about 6 hours, until about 6 a.m., and then we never played it again.
We know that story around here.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a D&D campaign that is 2 sessions long so far and hasn't gone anywhere since.
That happens.
Yeah, someday soon.
It's an improvement over the first one.
Yeah, like I was saying, the first one I don't think had a narrator, at least when I played a little bit of it, and this seems to add a lot to it.
I don't remember that detail or not.
I know this could have been you guys joining me too that helped, but the first one kind of bounced off me. Like I played it for maybe a half an hour, 45 minutes, and I was kind of like, I'm just not really into this. I don't know. I don't feel like that invested in it, but the story is really engaging. The way this starts off, the people you meet when you first, I don't want to spoil anything, but when you first get to the first starting area, I guess, are very interesting. The combat is exciting. Like,
It feels like a chess game.
yeah, and like crazy stuff. Like it gets out of hand. Like things start getting real busy really quick. Like I recruited this lizard guy as part of my party, and I was just like trying out his abilities for the first time on some guys that decided to pick a fight with me. And he's got this frontal cone attack, and it lays down fire in that whole area and burns everything there. And I thought I was just gonna rough these dudes up. I thought like, okay, I'll punch them up. They'll give up and go away. Nope, turned them into a crispy pile of ashes. It was pretty intense. And then I picked up their stained pants and put them on.
Yeah, I think it took me 15 hours to get out of the first area.
It was pretty close to that for me. Yeah.
Which is insane because there are some games that are 10 to 12 hours that you can finish them in.
Mm-hmm.
Here I got just out of the first little starting area, which
Wow.
It's
the
daunting.
ending of Act 1 was freaking amazing.
Uh-huh.
Ryan, that whole thing was
And
awesome.
I'm playing on easy, and some of the battles are still really testing me.
Yep.
Like, yeah, I don't know, man. This is another example of a really good systems game. Like all the different environmental effects and like attack distance and all these things play in really interesting ways. You can interact with barrels of water and poison and grog and whatever, and those all affect combat in interesting ways. You can blow up a barrel of oil and then shoot a fire arrow at it to set it off.
Sneaking looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hiding in a barrel and
Yeah.
sneaking was
Yeah.
pretty
You
funny.
literally put a barrel over you, like Metal Gear Solid style, and sneak around.
Well, combat systems are neat, but all the outside combat stuff is really good too. Like all the story stuff is, there's just so much there. There's a ton of stuff in the game. I'm sure I've missed an awful lot.
Yep. I'm digging it. I haven't gone back to it since because I kind of feel like I want to play with you guys and stream it and stuff. It's one of those games that I feel like is fun to have an audience for and can kind of get feedback and talk to you guys about the decisions I'm making. It was fun to play it that way, so I would definitely dig doing that again.
Yeah, we could just make the next few podcasts a lot more efficient and just say I'm going to be playing Divinity Original Sin 2 for the next week.
Cool.
Yeah, the Steam family sharing worked out because you basically used it for my library as an extended demo, and then was it yesterday morning?
This morning.
No, it was today. I was
Yeah.
playing it, and you were just like, "Fucking fine, I'll just buy my own copy."
Yeah, it worked out
thanks. I
perfectly.
couldn't finish Gorgoa for a little while. Oh, Luke's using my my stuff.
You just got to yell at me.
No.
Yeah,
it was
it was
okay.
like 15 hours, and I'm like, okay, I'm definitely going to be sticking with this game, so...
Yeah.
Good stuff. Hey, well, speaking of Gorgoa, let's talk about Gorgoa for a minute.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, this looks really neat. We talked about it a little bit last week, and I found out that it's available on iOS for like $5.
Oh, neat.
hmm
So that's tempting, but yeah. So what'd you think of it?
So you guys know I love puzzle games.
Yes,
I like
it is
adventure
known.
games.
It is known.
This is something completely different
Hmm.
that I have never seen work with a puzzle game before. You have up to 4 pictures that you're working with to solve what you need to do to defeat whatever the thing it is you're defeating.
Mhm.
And you have to literally move the screens around to find what you're looking for. And you go in and out of pictures. You have to play with, what is that word?
Okay, perspective a lot.
It was just fascinating. And then once you finish the game, it kind of runs you through like the story itself, like how it all fits together.
It does. Okay, I'm
Which was
very close to
fascinating.
the end, but I
Yeah.
was wondering how much it would explain itself.
I would have finished it quicker if it weren't for Luke.
Thanks a lot, Luke.
Sorry.
No, it's a little bit of a bummer because I know this was mostly just one person working on it, and it took him years to do all the art and to finish it up, and then people are burning through it in like 2 hours and like, more, we need more, come on, make more.
Oh, absolutely. God, yes, please.
Oh.
I need more.
I
It was so cool.
can see why it would have taken so long to finish because all these are very detailed pieces of art. There's an awful lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and especially
Yeah,
with
finding how everything fits together. And then on top of that, like, there's pictures behind pictures, and it's just fascinating.
there's animation to transition between all this stuff. Like, yeah, I can see this taking a really, really long time.
There's times where, like, how many times I had to walk away because I had stared at the same 4 pictures for hours, and I couldn't figure it
Mhm.
out. And then, the next day I saw it within 5 minutes.
Yep. A lot of puzzle games have that effect, but this seems to be
Mm-hmm.
a very key example of that.
Oh, it's amazing.
That's cool. I'm glad you dug it. So
Mhm.
definitely a thumbs up. Definitely a recommend.
Oh yeah, I want more.
I think it's like $15 on Steam. Is that right?
Yeah.
And then I think it's 15 on Switch as well. But you can snag it for $5 on mobile.
Yeah, as long as the interface is good.
I hear it's the same interface and everything. They didn't change anything, but I mean, you're working with a smaller screen, obviously. You can zoom in on it, but I mean,
That
yeah.
might be a little bit trickier because there's a lot of like little details you have to look for.
Right. Yeah.
The Switch seems like a good fit for this.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, being able to just pick it up and go, or dock it and get a big screen view of it. Yeah, that seems like a real good fit. I'm glad to see a lot of this indie stuff releasing like day and day with the Switch. That's encouraging. So, cool, man. Rob, you played a game that I've been dying to play since they announced something for it. What's been going on in Ghost Recon Wildlands?
Well, have you ever played any Ghost Recons before?
Yes. Shoot. It was a while ago though. It might have been. Didn't they have like a multiplayer only Ghost Recon game that came out a while ago?
I think you may be right.
Yeah, I want to say it was free to play game and it was set in the Ghost Recon thing. That's the most recent one I've played. The other ones might have been a long time ago. But
All
I
right.
played the original way back in the day.
okay.
Yeah. That's a friend of mine, which we played together on this one. We played all those in the past, and we used to get our that was a LAN party game.
Okay.
Get the computers together, and they were really what's the word I'm looking for?
Like a tactical
simulation.
yeah.
Yeah, it's tactical. Yeah, and they were really pretty difficult. I mean, when an enemy saw you, they almost could shoot you from like a mile away. And with this one, it's way different.
A little more
It's more of a game. It's more of a game, an open world game, kind of like maybe Far Cry
Okay.
has been.
Mhm.
Yeah. Basically, you're in Bolivia, and you're taking down a crime syndicate, a cartel, that has unofficially taken over the country
Okay.
and is pretty much allowed to do whatever they want.
I've heard that
The
before.
government there kind of use their head, but they did make this other group of people called the Unidad that are supposed to combat the cartel, but at times they're working together with the cartel. They're almost worse than the cartel. So basically, you're in a squad of 4. If you're playing by yourself, there are AI teammates who they're not terrible, but it's better. This game is pretty much way better playing with people you know.
Okay.
These
Yeah,
usually are.
The playing by yourself, the game can get kind of boring. You're usually looking for intel on parts of the map, and then once you find the intel, it unlocks the mission, and you do the mission, and then you can find side missions to do that give you resources, and then you also find it's coming to me. Secret intel, which will unlock skill points on the map and other weapon parts and stuff like that. Then you can spend it on upgrades and stuff like that.
Gotcha. Okay. So
is there anything that really like sets this series apart from other tactical shooters? Because in my mind, this is just super generic.
It's not really a tactical shooter at all. It's a Far Cry game.
Good answer.
With the military. Yeah, I mean they did some updates. They included a multiplayer only mode, like a PvP mode, which I haven't played at all. And then they just recently did something really weird with it. They put Predator in it, and you can hunt the Predator.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems
Weird
random.
or awesome? That sounds awesome.
It's It's done pretty well. I tried to do it by myself with my AI teammates, and I died horribly all 6 times I tried to do it. But yeah, the Predator is a bullet sponge, but it's pretty neat because he'll go invisible. You'll see him kind of the silhouette of him walking around. He'll echo things you said because before you see him, you got to go to certain points. You actually find his spaceship, and then you're talking along the way, and then he'll repeat things you say while he's fighting you, and you hear his voices and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
Predator has a spaceship?
Yeah. How do you think he got to Earth?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Brian's like, I just thought it was a
lore?
guy. I thought it was just a dude.
Yeah.
He's got dreadlocks. That's
You
awesome.
need to watch Predator 1 and 2 now, Brian.
The recent one, was it Predators?
Predators, yep.
Is that the that was not bad. That was all right.
Yeah, it wasn't good, but it wasn't bad.
Alien versus Predator. There's that.
Yeah, that's kind of good.
Whoever wins,
That's
we lose.
not-
That's a good tagline. You got to.
Yeah,
Talking about
I've
the most
heard it
recent
said that-
election or
Oh.
Predator.
Ooh.
Getting all political up in here.
Yeah, way to go, Luke.
Then there's a new Predator movie coming out, I think sometime next year.
Oh, so that's why this exists. Okay,
Gotcha.
I was wondering why we just randomly got Predator in a random game not related to the Predator, and that explains it right there. It's a movie.
Also, I want to say the original did take place in Bolivia, but I could be wrong.
Oh wait, that's the ship there.
We were
Mike in chat, let me know, where did the original Predator take place? I know you know
Google
the
that
trivia
for us,
behind
Mike.
this.
We were listening to another show and they said like how cool would it have been if they just didn't say anything and threw the Predator into like one of the multiplayer modes. So you're just playing one day and then all of a sudden the fucking Predator goes, sneaking by you, or you start finding the skulls with the spines attached to them hanging from stuff, and that would have been it's a real missed opportunity there.
That'd have been cool.
Yep.
I mean, people would have data mined it probably anyway, but it would have been a neat thing to try. Anyway, yeah. So, what do you think, Rob? Is it something that is this the type of game that you just kind of play to play, or is it something that you're trying to finish the campaign from, or what's keeping you playing the game?
Well, basically, my friends my friend and his brother we were playing it for a while. We did technically beat it. There's it eventually lets you, if you defeat enough of the people,
Cartel.
the generals, or enough of the people inside the cartel that lead up to the main boss. If you beat him, enough of them, you can face him. But if you do it early, you get one ending, and if you wait until you beat everyone, you get another ending. So we saw the first ending. The first ending wasn't that great.
Gotcha.
How do you like the changes?
It's just
How do you like it being less tactical and more arcadey?
I think now, as I'm getting older, I like this much better. It's a lot more fun just to get in and play, goof around.
Less
There's
hardcore.
so many. Yeah, and there's a lot of jank in the game that makes it more better, I guess. It's just a lot of shenanigans that can happen.
Good stuff.
I know there was one point where my friends were on a mountaintop there trying to snipe some people from below, and I got in a plane and then just flew over them, and then I landed the plane on top of them. But on their screen, that didn't happen. And then we just started taking snapshots of the game and sending them back and forth to each other.
Like this is what it looks like on my end. This is what it looks like on my end.
Yeah, there are some bugs in the game too. There was one where we actually had to do one mission in single player, or else we couldn't beat it. So it's not perfect, but it's a lot of fun. I would still say it's probably one of my top 10 games of the year. Just
Awesome.
how much fun it was to play in multiplayer.
Nice.
That reminds me a lot of our time in GTA Online, Luke. There was times where we'd be playing and like it would lag a little bit on my end, so it looked like you were just driving through every signpost and smashing
What
into
are
cars
you seeing
and
on
stuff.
your screen
Yeah,
right now?
and that's literally what I said a couple times. I'm like,
Because on my screen, you're running into
I
a
was like,
wall.
are you drunk? What is going on right now with this driving? He's like, what are you
Yeah,
talking about?
if you're a passenger, you just think that the actual driver just has no idea what they're doing. It's hilarious.
So that's funny. But good stuff. Let's see. Hey, Kat, what's up with Battle Chef Brigade?
Brian told me to try it,
Mm-hmm.
and essentially, you are a I don't know what, a little Asian girl who works for her family in their restaurant,
Yeah, Brian.
and you want to go start the Battle Chef Brigade, so you run away from home.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what I would
a
do.
prestigious cooking competition.
Mm-hmm.
The most prestigious, some would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian.
And so you have to make dishes. There's different elements. There's fire, earth,
Wind, water, heart.
water.
With our powers combined, we are
Captain Planet.
Planet. Yeah, there you go. Sorry, I had to.
So essentially, you can battle like other students. You have quests you have to do every day. You have 1, 2, 3 teachers you work with, and you're trying to become the best chef. And essentially, you're playing a little mini game of matching colors to create flavors. So it's a, match 3 or 2 depending on what you're using.
Yeah.
It's entertaining, and the characters are funny.
Brian was playing this
it's
one last
lighthearted.
week and was telling us a bit about the gameplay. It sounds cool. Like, go out and battle up these monsters to get their meats and whatever, and then come back and cook them for people and try to match them up with the right dishes and stuff. That's cool.
Right. You have a request for like a specific item that has to be in your food plus an element. So you have to add ingredients to meet that stuff and the better score. And I'm just sitting there kind of playing around with it. And Brian's like looking at me. He's like, how are you doing that? I'm like, I don't know. It's just something that's pretty simple.
She's better at the like spatial puzzles than I am, for sure.
It's fun.
It's a nice change of pace because we play a lot of heavy games around here lately. So
Yep.
Sometimes you just want to battle some monsters and turn them into delicious food.
Oh, I had to go kill a dragon, and I couldn't figure out where the dragon was because there had been no tutorial how to find it. And Brian's like, you gotta go all the way into the screen. And he's like, I died the first time I battled it. And, nope, I'm not me. I'm not going to have that happen.
Dragon's no joke.
They got to add some little porgs in there that you can cook up and
No.
feed to
No.
hungry Wookiees.
I think I'm okay with
They're
that.
too cute.
Yeah,
No.
they had one pork too many for me.
I want one.
Oh, man. Well, cool. I'm glad you're
Give me a
digging
stuffed
that.
animal one, Tyler.
Stuffed pork, you got it.
Give me a stuffed
come right
pork.
up. I'm sure there's millions of them. Oh, man. Well, hey, Rob. Here's another one that you played that I've been wanting to play. It's Wolfenstein 2. Is it Wolfenstein The New Order 2, or is it Wolfenstein 2? Is it just Wolfenstein 2? I don't know.
I don't have the box in front of me.
It's fine. Wolfenstein.
We'll say
2.
Wolfenstein 2 for now.
We know what you mean.
Yeah.
The new one.
I think
The newest.
yeah,
of
the one that just
ones.
came out. Yeah, this game is freaking awesome. It is. It's just batshit crazy. You know what?
Oh, did we lose you?
Oh, there we go. Sorry. Basically, the game takes off right after the first game,
So
and it's basically
Nazis
what
have
if-
taken over America, right? Also in the game.
What if they won? Yeah, they pretty much won. They won World War II. They nuked New York, and they've taken over America.
Yeah.
And the thing is that they make it so believable. It's pretty scary, and they did a really, really good job with all the dialogue. In one scene they have Nazis walking with the Ku Klux Klan, and then Yeah,
Because those are yep. That's what
Yep.
they do. Yep.
I mean, they're not afraid to do pretty much anything in this game, and just half the shit is just so crazy. Yet they handle racism and
So
child abuse and decent topics with such professionalism that it's just done so well.
the thing
I've heard it's really heavy.
the thing that's blowing my mind about that is that it's 2017 and like id Software is making Doom and Wolfenstein games with engaging campaigns, single player campaigns, and that just that doesn't quite compute. Like,
Well, this game isn't made by id.
oh, it's not.
It's made by I forgot the name of the company. They in another company. There are people from another company that used to do the Riddick games.
Oh, okay.
Okay, they're really story based. Those were always really good, and they do a good job with the story. The combat in the game is really good. It's really hard. I died I don't know how many times playing this game, and I only played it on the normal difficulty.
Yeah, maybe it's just because Bethesda publishes them both that I was conflating
Yeah.
the two. But even still,
Yeah,
yeah, like
they-
man, it's cool to have these like big story driven single player shooters that are very good. This game looks
Especially
really
since,
beautiful too. Holy crap!
Like a few years ago,
Yeah,
they were
it
saying
is.
that single player games were dead.
They were saying that this year too. Like that's just it seems
They sure did.
it's a theme that never wants to go away for some reason.
Do you have levels of that you can choose? Like
I mean, like stages.
like can you choose like an easy mode?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, there is an easy. I would recommend someone just playing this on easy and just play for the story.
That's what
It's great.
watching this. I'm like, that's what I played BioShock on because I wanted to play it, but I'm not big on first-person shooters because I get anxious,
Mhm.
which is ridiculous because it's a video game. But I would like to try this on easy.
Yeah, it looks real good. And I keep hearing
And
that the story goes some pretty insane places very early and
Go-
often.
It goes places. I don't want to ruin it, and I'm
Yeah.
almost afraid to talk about it because there's so much stuff I'd like to talk about, but I don't want to. It's just it's really good. I just beat it like 2 hours ago.
Oh wow. Yeah, so I mean
Wow.
that's compelling though that like you're playing this because it's an engaging story, not just because it's fun to shoot Nazis. Because that in my brain was my first reaction, like I would just like to get this because I'd really love to just shoot Nazis. That would be a thing that I feel like would be cathartic for me. And
They make that feel really good. It is a gory game. You do not want to play this game around children.
yeah, no. Although maybe it would be good to instill in my daughter young that it's okay to shoot Nazis.
These are bad.
Certain people need killing.
No, but
I've seen some of the cutscenes for this game, and yeah, they're insane.
the fire effects are really getting me all hot and bothered, no pun intended. Explosions and fire and stuff look real cool. So yeah, I will pick this up when it becomes affordable. I know it's probably on sale right now. There's a big old Steam sale right now, so that might be a good time.
Oh,
Yes,
I
yeah.
want this.
The holiday sale, guys. The holiday sale. It's on.
Kaboom.
Well, cool. Do they have a multiplayer mode in this?
No,
Okay.
it's completely single player.
I'm fine with that.
Is this the new Colossus?
That was the first one, I think. Maybe this is called Wolfenstein 2. We should know that. I'm gonna look it up.
We should know the title of the game. Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, is half off, $30.
Oh shoot.
Pretty good.
So I'm. Yeah, released October 26th of this year. This is it.
I think the other one's called The New Order. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
New Order.
So it's half
Yeah.
off right now on the Steam.
Dang. Okay. Well, if you see me playing that soon, don't be surprised. That's all I'll say about that. Cool. Hey, Kat. Picking on
Hey,
you.
what?
I'm picking on you again because I see in here it says you played Life is Strange Before the Storm, episode 3.
I finished it.
Is 3 the last one, or is there gonna be a
Yes.
fourth?
Yeah,
Yep.
this one's a little
Oh,
shorter.
snap. Okay.
Yeah. It got very heavy. Very
Oh
intense.
no.
Hmm?
Oh no. Okay. Well,
I remember how the first one wrapped up, so
Yeah.
I'm not entirely surprised because that last chapter of the first game, boy, that was something.
mhm.
That
So
was a thing.
we know in life, like Life is Strange, what Rachel means to Chloe,
Mhm.
and this you learn their relationship like completely, and it's amazing what the two go through.
Yeah.
They really focus more on Rachel, I feel, than Chloe, but they're so intertwined. It's a fascinating story. There are some parts that I feel I wish they would have touched on more. But for sake of not giving spoilers, I won't
Mhm.
go into that. But it's, yeah. I want to go back and make some different choices because I want to see you can completely change the game here.
You wish you could rewind time.
Shush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm man. Said it a million times, but like Life is Strange is one of those games where I can look past its flaws and just appreciate what a cool and engaging story that was, and I still look back on that really fondly, and I don't know, I want to play this too. It's I didn't think I'd ever be like so drawn to a story about teenage relationships and drama and stuff, but yeah, it's cool.
I don't think I actually got this cutscene. Like, I mean, I don't think I got the cutscene that was just playing.
No?
No.
There you go, some replayability. I know I felt the same
Yeah.
way when I finished up Life is Strange. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go back through and play that again and choose everything different. And I didn't quite finish that endeavor, but I started it. I started another playthrough, at least.
What I found neat is one of the major choices you make in the third one was completely split 50-50 between
By
people.
the community, like the people who
Yes,
played it.
completely 50-50.
I love that they include that in these games.
Yeah.
Yep. So, I mean, you really find out more about Chloe, Rachel, Frank. It seemed odd to me in
David?
this one. David. Oh, yeah, David. Her mom. Chloe's dad. Like, you find out a lot more about her dad. And you also kind of get a sense of that before she actually got kicked out of Blackwell, what kind of community she had as friends. So Life is Strange kind of hits me as odd sometimes, where she didn't have more support from people considering what you see in Before the Storm. But she could have also burned a lot of ties because, come on, it's Chloe.
Just Chloe being Chloe.
Chloe being Chloe.
Hashtag just Chloe things. That's cool. Is there is there any hints at Max at all?
She's mentioned.
Yeah.
There's going to be a like bonus episode that's around her story at that time. I think it's just a
cool.
short thing, but that's not out yet.
Yeah.
That's cool. So seeing like what her life is like before she moves back to Arcadia Bay. Is it Arcadia Bay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, most of what I saw of Max being mentioned was, Chloe saying, "Yep, I messaged her 2 months ago, and 6 weeks ago, and 2 weeks ago. Haven't heard back from her. Fuck you, Max."
Yep.
Gotcha.
Well, she just lost her dad, and not that long ago, and she needs somebody there for her, and, she doesn't have that, so it's, and she's just a kind of a lost soul.
That's cool. I'm glad you got through that, Kat. That's
Something I thought was cool is they give you a little bit of customization within the game. You can choose what Chloe wears and like.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, between the shirts, so you can't have nothing.
That
So I
wasn't
had,
where
like,
I was
a-
going, Kat.
Jeez,
Come
Tyler.
on.
Come on, man.
I was just
I had,
saying
like,
I
a-
like being able to choose clothes. I like being able to play dress 'em up.
Yep. Well, I
the
had a
games.
dragon shirt on at one point, and this
And
dude's
that's
like,
all you need.
"Whoa, cool shirt! I didn't know you were into dragons." And
No, okay, there goes back. That's a gleaming
That's a
example
stereotype.
of Life is Strange sometimes not knowing how to write real people, like that just who says that? It's like, I didn't know you were into dragons. Like, I'm super big into dragons. Hi, my name's Tyler. I like dragons. That person doesn't
Was his name
exist.
Tyler?
There was his name Tyler.
no,
But like, you know what I mean?
Elliot.
It reminds me of what's the kid who says, "Let's rap about that action." Who's that?
Oh God.
Oh, jeez.
Just as a line that no one would ever say ever in
can't
the
remember
his
history
name,
of
but
ever.
yeah.
They do that sometimes, but that's okay. It's fine.
I am a fellow dragon enthusiast.
Yeah, I didn't know that you were into dragons.
It's so cool. Yeah. There was one character, and I mean, I can't. If you play the game, I'm curious to see what people's opinion of Elliot is throughout the game, because I feel like it just kind of was pushed. His whole character and what he becomes in the end, it just irritates me.
Can you remind me? Do we know Elliot from the first Life
No,
is Strange? Oh,
and
okay.
that's what bugs me. Like,
Okay.
he's just.
All right. Well, I will play this eventually and get back to you on that. Then. Elliot
You
thoughts
can.
incoming.
I'll share my library with you, and you can play it.
Okay, deal sold. 0 effort required. It's my favorite kind. All right. Got Battle Chef. Hey, Rob, what's a Brooks converter PS4 to Switch? What is that?
It is a device that allows you to connect a PS4 controller to a Switch.
Oh shit. Okay, that's cool.
And yeah, I really like the Pro controller for the Switch, but the D-pad on it is pretty terrible, especially for fighting games. And I have a lot of Neo Geo games that I like to play on there, but not enough that I wanted to buy another arcade stick because I have several of them for the PS4.
Those aren't cheap.
So I got this. Yeah, no, they're not cheap. Usually about $150, then parts to mod it. They get up there. So with this, I can connect all my four sticks worked on it without any problems. And then with a firmware update on it, it allows the PS4 regular controller to work wirelessly.
Oh wow.
I'm assuming through Bluetooth. Yeah, that's what I'm demonstrating here. There's no wires attached.
That's pretty cool.
So the converter is basically taking the Bluetooth signal from your PS4 controller and converting it to USB, and the Switch reads it like a USB controller.
Correct.
That's cool.
Once you upgrade the firmware, all you have to do is enable wired USB for the Pro controller, and then all you have to do is plug the converter in your controller, and then if you have the regular PS4 controller, you can then unplug it and turn it back on, and it'll recognize the controller wirelessly.
Sweet.
And even the motion controls work.
Just gonna ask about that. That's neat.
That's
What I'm demonstrating right here. This one, when I did this, they were a little weird. I don't know if I had the controller in a weird way when I turned it on or something, but they were not. It's a little more twitchy with the PS4 controller. I wouldn't recommend playing it, but I've used it with the regular PS4 controller with Mario Kart, and I had no problems. I think I beat the entire stage of the city stage. I can't think of the name of
New
it.
Donk City.
Correct. Yeah, I used the PS4 controller with that, and it worked really good.
Awesome.
And then on my joysticks, I have no problem pulling off special moves with the joysticks. They all work great. So I'm pretty happy with it.
How much does a converter like that run you?
The Switch one is $34.99. You'll probably find one for $34.99. I got mine from Focus Attack, which is where I buy arcade parts from. And you could also get one from Arcade Shock. I have seen third-party sell them on Amazon, but they're a little more expensive.
Sponsor us,
Brooks
Focus Attack.
also makes them for other systems. They also make them from other systems too. For the Xbox, you could connect the PS4 to an Xbox or an Xbox to a PS4. I've even seen they had some for a Neo Geo to connect the PS4 to a Neo Geo, which I thought was pretty awesome.
Wow. All right, cool. That's good to know. I'm surprised.
The only
stuff like
bad
that
thing
works for
about
the
this.
Switch. That's cool.
Yeah, there is one bad thing. The only bad thing I found is if I leave the Switch the converter plugged in when I turn it off, I can't turn it on with my controller. I have to turn it on from the Switch itself.
Gotcha.
Other than that, I really like it.
It's a real good option if you got a whole bunch of PS4 controllers around and don't want to have to buy a whole bunch of $70 Pro controllers or whatever they are. So,
Or you don't want player 2 to have to use the Joy-Cons.
right, that too. That too. Well, cool. Let's see. I got Animal Crossing New Leaf. I did not expect to see this one show up on our lists again.
I just bought it for him today because I'm an awesome wife.
Wait, New Leaf.
Yep.
What is New Leaf?
It's just the latest 3DS Animal Crossing.
Oh.
It's a few years old now, but
Okay.
I got the crappy new 2DS, like the cheap, 2DS.
Mm-hmm.
So playing the Pocket Camp made me want to play a real Animal Crossing game again. So
I was conflating Pocket Camp with this. I thought
Yep.
you were playing Pocket Camp. So sorry, my apologies there. So yeah, you got a proper Animal Crossing in your midst now.
Yep.
What did you name the town, Brian?
Pancake.
That's a good name for a town.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm just maybe half an hour into it. Like I just picked it up and started it tonight. But
What's your character's name?
Bill Shoes.
I think I just named him Brian. I think I just
Oh,
named him after
okay.
myself. Yeah.
That's lame.
Yeah.
Where's
He
your
usually has
originality?
awesome names for characters.
Bill Shoes is one of my favorite characters of all time.
Yup.
Your Persona 5 character.
I had John Boy in Final Fantasy.
Not bad.
It's an Animal Crossing game so far, and they're usually just minor iterations or minor improvements from one release to the next. It seems like it kind of follows that. It's nice to have a portable Animal Crossing again.
You said this is a couple years old.
Yeah.
Everybody looks like little me people. They all look like me's.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, this time you're the mayor of the town, which is weird because usually you can have multiple people living in the town and living in separate houses but playing in the same town. So I don't know how they're going to swing that. If Kat wants to play in my town, we can't really both be the mayor.
You get to be assistant to the mayor.
I will usurp you.
Will you?
I will.
I don't think you will.
I will.
That would be interesting gameplay if you could hostile take over somebody else's town, usurp them as mayor. That'd be good.
Ran around, dug up some fossils, and
Had a good time.
had a good time.
Awesome. Well, good stuff. Hey, Rob, you got some more Destiny 2 in you, I hear.
Yeah, I keep playing Destiny. It's
You okay?
It's fun. Yeah, I'm fine.
You sound like
You don't sound too happy about that.
like you're institutionalized.
no.
You're like, I don't know why I do this. I just keep playing Destiny.
There are times when I wonder that, but no, it's just one of those games that's easy to pick up and play when you don't want to focus really on much. The shooting's really good. They did some stuff for the holiday, and that's kind of neat.
Isn't it snowing? And isn't there snowball fights or something?
Yeah, you can do snowball fights. It looks like they had a little arena set up for it on the main hub, the main area. I can't think of it now, but then there's a little mission thing you can do. You get a schematic, and you gotta find some resources on one planet, and then hunt down another, kill so many enemies on another planet. And I haven't actually done that yet. I spend too much time swapping between the PC and PS4 version, and not playing one enough.
Wasn't there some sort of drama over the holiday events too?
Yeah, I didn't miss that. There's seems like there's some new drama on these types of games every day.
Yeah, every time I look at my news on Google, it's like, oh, new Destiny 2 update has people upset.
So I
Jeez.
think that there's always going to be some level of like malcontent within the Destiny 2 community because they want this thing to be an MMO and they want it to be like certain not everyone clearly, but there's certain people, there's a certain group of the player base that expects this to be a thing that's like constantly changing, constantly updated and evolving. And I don't think the developers see it that way as much. Like I remember there was an interview with the lead, guy, and his name escapes me and I feel like an idiot now, but he was saying like, yeah, like this is a game where we expect people to like play it and get to cap and like do the raid and then put it on the shelf for a while and then come back and check out the DLC and play it again and get to do that whole progression, and like it's a thing that you pick up and put down and come back to and revisit, but like it's not something they expect people to be playing like their game every single day. I don't know. Maybe some of that has changed, but it still seems like that's kind of the core design philosophy.
It seems kind of crazy because it basically is an MMO, and people play MMO. Yeah, it kind of is.
It kind of is, but I don't know. I compare it to more something like Diablo 3.
Right.
I wish they would make it more like Diablo 3.
That's how that's the vibe I got from it from the moment I stepped foot in this world.
Well, even in that case, it's still people will hop in there and they'll run a few dungeons or rifts or whatever you want to call them every single day. Look how much we did.
I mean, I played, but again, I did that for like maybe a month. I played Diablo 3 real hardcore and was like hunting down all these different challenges and stuff. And I think I played it longer than any of us in this most recent, like from the Necromancer update and all that. And I'm not playing Diablo 3 right now. I've taken a break from it, and it's okay. I'm not like effing Blizzard doesn't update Diablo 3. Like,
Right. When they add a new class again or something, you'll come back for a little bit.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll play it again.
Diablo's also been out for how many years, though?
That's true. Yeah, there is that element of it that it's not. But I don't know. I think the Destiny 2 community needs to give Destiny 2 some room to breathe and need to see other people for a little while, maybe. Rekindle that.
They need to take a break.
Love, yeah. I could be wrong, but I heard that they did kind of apologize or walk back some of their decisions about the Nightfall raids that people were locked out of. I think they were changing some of that last I heard.
Yeah, basically all the bad stuff that they did, they apologized for and
are in the process of
took it away.
changing. Yeah, so
Yep.
that's good. Yeah, man.
They do seem to actually listen to the complaints, though.
Hey, we hear you.
We hear you. We're listening. That's the hashtag of 2017 right there.
Yep, we're gonna.
Oh, hey Tyler,
Yeah.
it's on sale at GameStop for $30.
Oh,
It's 2 games for the price of 1 right now. I could get Wolfenstein 2 and Destiny 2. I could have all the 2s.
Divinity 2 is on sale.
Shit. Yeah, but I can just play that when Brian isn't at 1 o'clock in the morning. That's fine.
Yeah, but then can't play Goria, whatever.
I finished Gorgoa.
Yeah.
No, you're gonna play it again.
No, I'm not.
Luke's gonna
I want Tyler to buy the game.
Luke just wants to see me spend money for some reason. Yeah. Hey, speaking of things that we're sometimes ashamed to admit that we're playing, these segues, guys. I played some World of Warcraft Legion again because I can't stop because I started again.
What did you play?
I'm back on that WoW.
Oh,
I'm back on that WoW
Tyler.
train, cat.
Oh, Tyler.
Yeah.
Drinking the Kool-Aid again.
Yeah, all the Kool-Aid, and it's great. It's got just the right amount of sugar. It's got, which is all of it. It turns out.
Oh, where'd you get that dragon from?
From the WoW shop, Luke, for I think $15. I think that dragon was at some point in my career. Isn't it great? Isn't it glorious? Look at its magnificent scales.
Are you playing with Hubcap?
No, he
No.
he plays. So that was funny. I got a message from a buddy, old work buddy, the other day. Shout out to Hubcap, he was like, "Hey, you still playing WoW?" And I'm like, "Yeah, actually, I just started up again recently." And he's like, "Well, my son and I are starting a guild together, and we need guild signatures." And I just had this like crazy flashback moment of like, "Wow, yeah, I remember doing that. I remember begging people in Orgrimmar to sign my guild charter to get them into my guild, and have to go around and be like, I will pay you 1 gold for a guild signature, please. I just need to get this thing made." And
What's your character's name?
Arcane is a blood elf paladin of the Horde,
Nice.
and yes, he is he is item level 921 right now. I have 2 legendary armor pieces, and I wield the artifact Truth Guard, which is a ancient Titan shield, and it is awesome. And don't listen to Luke.
I wasn't gonna
missed the
say
WoW
it.
Christmas.
What's that?
I missed the WoW Christmas.
Yeah, it's also the Christmas time. Yep. You hang out with Great Father Winter there, and get your. I got a little toy ape who's running around there. That's pretty good. That was my Christmas present this year. But yeah, man, I'm way into it. I also started leveling up a warrior, an orc warrior. He's real cool.
Of course you did.
Yeah. Like, I like my paladin. He's real pretty, though, and sometimes I feel weird walking around in that skin, you know? I was like, I need somebody who's, like, gross and hunched over and hairy and greener than me, you know? And that was, so, yeah. So I started working on my warrior, and he's real cool. He's just a big old orc. I'm playing arms, so I have a big old 2-handed weapon, and I just carve through
Tyler?
people in PvP, and it's great. Yes,
Tyler,
buddy.
honey,
Yes, sweetheart. What's up?
have you played a filthy like mage or any of that stuff?
Oh yeah, I got a
Yeah.
little goblin mage. His name is Drump. I figured like
I'm sorry, what was it?
Drump. It's
Oh.
there's a certain celebrity guy who that's his real last name, and I was like, what's the most vile, pukey, just shitty, gross, grimy individual I could think of? And so I figured like that's goblins, and he's got tiny little hands, so I figured it was a perfect name.
Put a lot of time into that character.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're in
All
high
political
regard.
tonight.
Yeah, he's good. He's level 100. I haven't played a ton of him yet, but he's a little mage, and yeah, he's a piece of shit. And if I was super into RPing, I would RP him that way. I do play on an
Never too
RP
late.
server. Yeah, so that stuff can happen.
What server are you on?
The Venture Company. It is
Gotcha.
an RP PvP server. It's not very popular. There's not a whole lot of people on usually, but I kind of like it that way. It's quiet. It's you
You're
know,
a snowman.
yeah. He's my little toy there. I get to be a snowman. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's good. I've got a guild who's cleared the latest raid, and I'm just trying to catch up to them currently to get geared up so I can join them. And yeah, man, loving the game. It's Legion is really good. This close to unlocking flying in the new content, so they've kind of changed. They've kind of walked back how they address flying in the game. I think they consider flying to be a mistake overall, because it used to be you just had to get to level cap and then purchase the latest flight license to gain access to flying in the area.
Yep.
And they've kind of walked that back now, so now you have to complete a
What?
series of achievements and reputation grinds in order to unlock that. So it's gated a little bit more. You also have to explore a lot of the zones completely before then, which I think is good, because they want people to actually see the content, not just hop on their flying mount, fly to the quest marker, kill the thing, hop back on, and go.
But that's the most efficient way.
It is, but it also kind of sucks the entire soul of the game out. So,
Just let me fast travel everywhere. Come on.
yeah, I mean,
I just want to click a button and go to the next quest area.
it brings up, that whole thing of everyone thinks they want those classic servers, man. I don't think I got that kind of time anymore. I like some of these modern conveniences. So, They do have a Uber service. They have this. There's an item you can get. It's called a Flight Master's whistle, and you use the item and you blow a whistle, and a Griffin or whatever will come pick you up and take you to the nearest flight point, so that you can then hop on that and
Oh my god.
and go from there.
That's awesome.
So that is a kind of a neat thing that you can use while you're leveling if you don't have flight unlocked yet. It still serves that purpose, but you still gotta, you gotta penny up the copper and fly around the flight point still. Yeah, man, it's real good. I'm back in there pretty hardcore.
That is not a rabbit hole I can follow you down, Tyler.
Are you sure? Because I mean,
Brian was a
pretty good.
Brian was a WoW widower for quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to go all in though. You don't have to like run a guild or anything. You can just. Never mind. I'm kidding. It's fine. Don't come back. It's not that good. But it secretly is.
I tried it, and honestly, to get my account back at this point,
Yeah. Did you do the thing where you like go and burn down everything? You like delete all your gear and just give your gold to someone else or any of that
no,
stuff?
I got hacked.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I got hacked, and
that'll do it.
then we had a tragedy happen, so we completely forgot about recovering it, and nope.
Yeah, there's a time frame where they can work their magic and get a lot of that stuff back, but we probably passed that by now.
Oh yeah.
Well, cool. Well, I think did I miss anything, you guys? I think that covers what we've been playing this week.
That's pretty much it. I've been playing Rise of the Tomb Raider still this week, but there's really nothing new to report. Just,
Okay.
I don't want to abandon that one the way I did the last one because
I did the same.
I didn't
thing.
play it for 4 or 5 days, and when I came back, I'm just like, I don't know where I am or where I'm supposed to go, and that's the kind of thing where sometimes I'll come back to a game, not know where I'm doing, and just be like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, I did the same thing with the original Tomb Raider, which was a bummer because I really did like that game too.
It's a
and-
good game.
Yep, I hear you. So.
Our 10-year-old picked up Hollow Knight.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she asked me if she could play Hollow Knight today. I'm just like, of course you can.
Did your heart grow 3 sizes this day? Like
It was pretty good. Yeah,
It was like a pig in shit. You should have seen his face. He was just like,
yeah, she played for a good hour, and I don't realize how just non-user friendly those games are until I put it in the hands of a kid who doesn't game a lot. Because I found myself saying frequently like, "No, you can't get up there, honey. No, you can't. You can't go there yet, honey. No, you can't defeat him yet, sweetie. There's a power up you got to get first. You gotta just go somewhere else." I said that 3 or 4 times. I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
yeah. Those games aren't as prevalent these days. So, this Minecraft generation, Brian, they don't get it. They don't understand. Just want all the answers handed to them. You can't just YouTube everything, kids. Sometimes you got to go out and explore a little bit. Get off my lawn.
It's interesting. It's interesting how different her approach is, though, because like she started off exploring right off the rip. Like there's some stuff you can go see instead of running straight to the town at the beginning.
Oh.
She was exploring all that starting area before going to Dirtmouth. Which is neat because when I started, I'm just like, oh, there's the starting town. All right, I'm in.
Dirtmouth is such a great name for a town, by the way. Everything about that game is great, man.
Yeah, just hearing the music again was good.
One of the very best things.
Yeah, the map maker humming down in the caverns.
Oh, and then Mila, the little pill bug in the mines, her little.
Yep, met him.
Do. Oh man,
it's a great game.
It
Some
is.
people might say the best game of 2017.
Hey, you know what? That's a great segue because you guys should tune in for our Game of the Year talks, which is happening. What day did we decide? Is it the 7th?
The
2 weeks.
The
6th?
6th?
Yep.
January 6th for our Game of the Year discussions. Because, man,
It's going to get heated.
is it?
I think it already got
I
heated.
think it got heated. I think we heated it on up, and yeah.
No, that was just the preheat.
Oh, we preheated it.
Yes.
Gotcha. Then we're gonna hit it with that oil.
Yeah.
The low or high smoke point oil. I'm trying to turn this
We
into
are
a cast
agreeing
iron skin
on a
thing
top
here.
10 beforehand. a list we can all agree on.
Yeah, I think the bloodiness happened earlier, and it's gonna be. We're just gonna serve it up to you guys, piping hot and fresh. But Luke might want to start a
Finished
fight.
product.
It's fine.
Well,
Yeah, we'll pick a fight.
it's a testament to how good of a year it was because we had a list of 12 games, like 11 or 12 games, and every single one of them had someone who was willing to bring out the knives and fight for it.
Yeah, we have our top 11 games of the year.
Very good. Hey, we don't really have any news this week. I just kind of skipped it because I figured we were talking a whole bunch about the games we were playing, and that's fine. We're already kind of going long. But we did get an email with some fan art in it, so shout out to Andrew for sending us this awesome redrawing of our logo here. I can pop that up a little bigger. But yeah, he redrew the shield and everything and put a little Santa hat on our shield.
Oh, it was so cute.
looks
I
real
saw
cool.
that. I was like, I love
Nice.
that.
Yeah, I was real stoked to see
Yeah.
that. So big thanks
That's
to
nice.
Andrew. That's real
Thank
cool.
you.
Send us more drawings. I'll show them right here because it's really, really neat. I think that's gonna wrap us up for this week, guys. Huge thanks to Rob for joining us. I'm glad you could make it, man. Sorry we couldn't get your video working.
That's all right. Maybe next time.
Yeah, we'll get that all sorted out. As always, you can catch the show at twitch.tv/questlogcast if you want to see us live. We usually record around 11 p.m. on Saturday nights. You can find the show right at questlogcast.com. Also, if you want to tell us what your favorite game of the year is, you can now, instead of emailing us, because I know that's sometimes kind of tricky, you can just go to questlogcast.com/survey and tell us what game is your favorite game of 2017. Follow us on Twitter.
I did it personally. It took all of like 15 seconds. It's really
that's
easy.
the best way to do it. See, I streamlined the process, Luke. That's what I'm here to do. I'm working hard for you to get you the end results that you need.
That's the Questlog guarantee.
It's the Questlog guarantee. We have top men working on these things behind the scenes, day and night, 24/7.
Top.
Top men. Big thanks to Visitor for letting us use his awesome music for the audio portions of the show. You can find more of his stuff at visitor.bandcamp.com. And as always, follow us on Twitter at QuestlogCast. I think that's all I got. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. We'll see you in 2017? 18? I can't count.
2018.
Bye.
If we're doing a show next week,
Oh,
We still got
yeah.
one more this year.
I can't
really?
count. This just in. I don't know how time works.
I was like, are we not doing one next week? I didn't get the memo on this.
Bye, everybody.
Surprise.